Hey there, aspiring young artist. This is Yay, and today we're going to be drawing this little guy right here, a little duckling. We need to give him a name. I haven't thought about mine yet, but I'll think of something as I draw. Before we start, just want to make sure you have your supplies ready. You need your pencils, you need your eraser, and these are optional. These are a little blending stick, a blending tool. You can make it yourself as well by using just a clean is the key here, clean paper towel or napkin. Just fold it and then kind of roll it up like this into a little cone shape. Be sure it's cleaned. All right, not a used one, because that's gross. Get a piece of tape and then tape it up like that, like so, okay? Or you can just use your finger to smudge and blend. All right, so pencils come in little letters like that, a 2B, or sometimes you see an H. You get that by buying a set of pencils, drawing pencils, but you don't need it. It's optional. The H pencils they leave less graphite on the paper, so they are lighter when you're sketching with them. And then the B pencils are they leave more graphite because they're softer, so they leave darker lines on your paper. So all right, let's get started. Okay, before we do that, let's do a little warm-up exercise. Okay, I'm going to show you the easy to learn sketching techniques, and this is what we're going to be working with. And this is just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can come up with your own as well, but these are just the very basic ones. All right, let's start by doing the stippling. That's my favorite. Stippling is just a bunch of little dots, little freckles, what I call them. You can do that by pushing your pencil straight down to the paper. You don't need to make a lot of noise doing that. Sometimes that's annoying, especially if you have people around you. Okay, so you can do it quietly, pressing and pushing the tip of your pencil down with a bunch of little freckles everywhere. You can also hold your pencil sideways like this. Oh, you notice I'm using it as just a regular yellow pencil, and that's fine too. I have a fun little eraser for you. This guy right here, little skull, and it's an eraser, but I'm not going to be using this eraser because I'm a little bit worried about leaving some blue residues on my drawing. Okay, so I'm just going to use this white eraser here. Okay, let's go back to our regular pencil. You can hold your pencil sideways to stipple as well, at a 45-degree angle, like this, like so. And just put a little small dots on your paper. Okay, do this with me. This is a little exercise. Okay, the next one we're going to be doing is scumbling right here. Okay, scumbling is putting a bunch of lines, just kind of wave it in and out, like you're weaving in a big ball of yarn. You don't know where the beginning is, you don't know where the ending is, just kind of have fun doing that. Okay, there we go. Curly line, all tangled up together, okay? And then let's go with the next one, which is smudging. Smudging is this is when our little tool that we made will come in handy right here. Okay, use it to smudge and smear. If you have one of these, you can use it to do it as well. And this is made of paper, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, there we go. And then we have our shading technique. Shading is a good technique to learn. That's just how you understand different values, where the light source is coming from, light and dark shade. Okay, artists use this a lot to make our pictures or drawing or paintings look more believable, realistic, 3D. Okay, here we go. So for me, the light is shining from here. Let's say if I have a sun shining, or maybe a lamp is my little lamp. Okay, so my lamp is shining right here, you see? So it's putting a shine on there and it's reflecting off. And you got this part right here because it's dark over here, so you don't have that bright light shining on there. Okay. And then you can go back and use your blending tool that you have or you made to smudge it. Okay, it's good to combine all the different techniques when you're drawing. Don't stick with just one. And again, coming up with your own is wonderful. Okay, and then let's move on to cross-hatching. Okay, cross-hatching looks like this. All right, cross-hatch. Again, hold your pencil this way, sideways. Okay, and we've got our shading, and we've got a smudging, we've got a scumbling and stippling. So those are the basic ones. And then I'd like for you to do this with me as well. There's a value exercise, value scale exercise, going dark to light. Okay, here we go. You can even make some noise when you're doing a little value exercise. You go dark, medium, light. All right. Whisper with the light. You go light, medium, dark. All right. Quiet to loud, right? And then you can use this little blending tool to make some more smudging on there. It's fun to do. And you can use your eraser to draw as well. Look at this. Yeah, you can do some drawing with your eraser. Okay, and let's be sure our eraser is nice and clean, ready to be used again when you need it. All right, here you go, and make sure you get rid of all the eraser dust. Just pick up the paper and you can kind of tap on a table, yeah, like that. Okay, so let's get started. You might have a drawing book. I'm pretty sure it comes with your packet. You know, if you want a bigger one, you can invest in something a little bigger. Make sure there's a spiral on there. It's nice to have. It's all bounded together. You can see how you're making progress and don't lose your work. And they come in different sizes, okay? So I am going to use my little sketchbook that I have. This is my old sketchbook. So I'm going to put, since I'm right-handed, I'm going to put my drawing on the left. And I'm going to put my sketch pad on my right. Okay, here we go. Before I start drawing, I need to look at the composition of my drawing, how am I going to place this little duckling onto the paper. Do I want to put him, let's move you over here, little duckling. Do I want to put him in the center? Do I want to put him in the corner here? Maybe kind of peeking from the side, but we're not going to have him peek on the side today. We're just going to, put him in the center because he's a very important duckling, so he needs to be front and center. All right, so before you start drawing, look at it and just look at the basic shape of the duck. All right, I always think of shapes when I'm putting it together. It's as opposed to an object like like a duck or an animal or something. Just put all the shapes together and then eventually you come up with a wonderful drawing. So for me, the head kind of reminds me of a thumb. Okay, when you're sketching, it's important to start your lines light as opposed to dark. It's much easier to get rid of a light line like this one right here. So the dark line just wants to hang out. It doesn't want to go anywhere. So let's stick with the light one, and then you can go back and you can always repeat the line and make it darker, you know, when you're sure with what you're drawing and you like what you're making. Okay, so let's give this little duckling his head, shape of a thumb. Okay, here you go. He's got kind of a cool haircut there, huh? A puffy cheek, and his head is tilted a little bit. Okay, so that's a very basic shape of the head. Then you've got a body. His body kind of reminds me of a pear, a juicy pear. So I'm gonna put this pear-shaped body onto the thumb. So I'm building his body. I'm a bodybuilder. I'm building a body. A little duckling over here. Okay, kind of attach them together. I'll get rid of that line with the eraser. Okay, and then you've got your strong thighs and leg right here. This one is narrower and skinnier. Let's look at the spacing here, you see? Maybe that's a little too far, but that's okay. Now, keep in mind that when you're sketching and you're looking at an image to copy, it's virtually impossible to try to make it just like what you're looking at. Okay, it's, you know, we're not copy machines. We're humans, right? So we're just using this image to inspire us. So ideas are everywhere. They're free. It's good to use them to inspire. Okay, we got little feet over here, almost shaped like a, I don't know, what is that, a cone or a triangle? Don't forget his webbed toes. And then we've got a little other foot over here. Looks like a little mustache, yeah, right here. So you're not going to see the rest of his foot. Okay, this is called foreshortening. Artists use this a lot to give it some depth and perception. And we'll talk about that some other time, but right now let's just keep it very basic. All right, then I'm going to give him his little beak. It's kind of towards the center of his face. Okay, and it's shaped like a thumb pointing that way, yeah. Here we go. Okay, and you have an eye here. You can barely see this one, and then you got this little eye over here. It's shaped like a seed, maybe a pear seed. Then I'm gonna go get some pears for a snack. That sounds good to me. You're making me hungry, little duckling. I don't have a name for him yet. Do you have a name for yours yet? Maybe I'll just name him Pear. Yeah, I'll name him Pear, because he looks like a pear. Are you okay with the name, duckling? I think he said yes. He likes it. Okay, so that's your very basic. Oh, he has a little shoulder. A little shoulder action here. Okay, there we go. And then with the technique I showed you, you're going to start detailing, okay? And let's give our duckling a habitat. I'm gonna just say he's getting ready to go for a swim. All right, so he's kind of, you know, trying to find that perfect pond. He's gonna dip his little body in there and start splish splashing. Maybe he'll see some friends, you know. You never know, maybe some friends are already there waiting for him. Make up a story with what you're drawing. It's fun. All right, so that's just a very basic start, and you get to finish this your way. I'm gonna give him a little swim trunk right here. Yeah, there you go. No, that's not a diaper. That's a swim trunk. Put some cool design on it. All right, make it fancy. Looks kind of like a, I like them a lot. All right, you guys, thanks for drawing with me today. It's always fun to have company and fun to imagine. And all right, I'd love to see what you've done, so if you don't mind, send us some pictures of your drawings. That'd be really fun to the Davis Art Center. All right, taking on the day.